Hello everybody, Johnny here coming at you today with a little bit of a commentary on how I did the final boss of Surge 2. Very good game. I'll be releasing a video with my full thoughts. You can also check out the playthrough on my Twitch channel, link for that down below. But enough with that, let me talk to you about how I approached this fight. This is actually my second attempt at killing this boss, so you will see me kind of learning in real time here how to block his attacks. And I found that in my first attempt, when I tried kind of dashing around, found it very ineffective. And so I decided to try this kind of tanky, stand my ground kind of approach. And so I'm really not dodging much at all. I'm standing my ground and I'm using blocks as much as I can. And of course capitalizing on the retaliation you get from that. So there's a number of things that you actually need to make this work. One of them is kind of a tanky armor set. In this case I'm using the GAIA, which has pretty good armor ratings overall, and this is really the only thing I'm using from it in terms of stats. So any other kind of Goliath class armor I think will be fine here. The other thing that's really important is regeneration over time. So as you can see here, I have this kind of overtime heal that does I believe 20% of my health over a set number of seconds, and I'm continually popping that. And because I'm getting a few blocks here and there, at least a fair amount of successful blocks and successful hits, I'm getting enough energy that I can keep popping that. And you can see his attacks actually don't do that much damage with the current armor rating that I have. The next important thing is you want to focus one body part, of course, break that. And once it's broken, you're gonna be doing basically twice the amount of damage to it, and that's kind of the pattern I followed all of the fight. Nothing really changed. He did get a little bit more aggressive towards the end, but nothing worth mentioning here that would be relevant for this approach. Really, it's kind of patience and trying to learn the patterns of his attacks. Some of them are heavily delayed, whilst some others you need to anticipate because they come as kind of a two-attack combo. So you need to get a bit of a feel and learn how to see them coming. But aside from that, there's not much else for me to tell you here. In terms of weapons, I would say you can actually get away with using anything you like here as long as it's high damage. I'm using my trusty poker, but I'll leave it up to you. I'm at this point in time not aware of any kind of vulnerabilities, elemental-wise. So you probably know more than I do in that respect, and if you do, I'd love to hear any of your suggestions or tips on how you approached this fight. But that's the gist of how I tackled it. Worked fairly well. Like I said, it's a great game. This fight in particular relies heavily in blocking, so if you're someone who this far was not blocking at all and just kind of using dashes, I think that will actually make it more difficult for you, and I would recommend trying the block strategy. But anyways, let me know if this helped you out. Hope it did, and as always, we'll catch you next time.